Hello, friends. There's an old saying that if you want to keep a conversation civil, avoid the topics of politics and religion. In our world right now, this applies more than ever, especially in the realm of politics, which is a very volatile realm right now with extreme opinions from many different angles, and it's definitely a topic that will lead to conflict if taken very far. But what I want to talk about in this short talk is what's happening with religion. Why is religion a topic that is becoming more and more controversial to people? What's happening with religion? To gain a short overview, religion has been with us throughout this age, and it's very much a part of human life. And the reason for this is in our Adamic state of consciousness, we are conscious beings. Our consciousness is active, and that leads to a spiritual inclination. To have our consciousness be active means that we feel a spiritual pull on some level. The problem with it has been during this age, in our state of consciousness, which is the Adamic state of dualities and separation, our inclination towards spirituality has been tainted. Even though it's a real inclination, it's a real impulse that we all have because of consciousness being active within us, the expression of that impulse has become tainted because of our state of consciousness, our Adamic state. So religion is actually an expression of our spiritual inclination, but it has throughout this age been an expression that does not actually meet our deepest need. It is an expression of spiritual life, but from the Adamic viewpoint. And what that means is that when we get involved with religion and when we seek to express our spiritual inclination through religion, what we are actually bringing to the table is our mental dualism and our sense of separation. This is a problem with religion, and it has been throughout this age. But it's only in recent decades that this problem is actually being felt by more and more people. And the reason for this is that the new age is approaching. As the new age approaches, more and more people are feeling a very serious inclination towards spirituality, more serious than ever before, because we can feel our instinct tells us that it's time. We need to get serious. And the frustration has been for many people to go into a religion thinking that the religious institution that's already operational is going to be able to meet their ever-growing spiritual need. So right now, a lot of people are becoming disillusioned with religion because they are finding that the established institution of whatever religion they join is not able to meet their deepest spiritual need. In other words, a lot of people are feeling such a strong spiritual inclination that they actually find religion to be too confining and too restrictive. So this is going on very much in our world right now, sort of behind the scenes. A lot of people are feeling frustrated with religious set established patterns and religious institutional format. And a lot of people who are really serious about spirituality in preparation for the new age are finding that they have to leave the religious institution. So religion has played a big role throughout this age in our human society because mankind has needed a place to give expression to his or her spiritual inclination. For most of the age, religion has met that need by having religious community, religious teaching, and all kinds of aspects to the institutional quality that give the spiritual seeker a sense of belonging and a sense of growth. But this is no longer true. As the new age approaches, things are changing, and people are, instead of finding community and growth in religion, they are finding frustration and stagnation. What this means is that people are having to basically fend for themselves when it comes to giving expression to their spiritual inclination. This might involve taking up a spiritual practice, and it might involve a certain element of community, but for many people, it's becoming clear that this journey, this spiritual journey, as we get closer to the new age, is a private one. It's a singular one. It's for this reason that religious institutionalism is probably on its way out. I do not foresee it being a force in the new age. It has played a role in this age, but it's clear by the life experience of many people that religion is not going to be able to meet our need as we become more evolved in our spiritual consciousness. It's sad because religion, I think originally religion had a very high purpose and a very high calling. It was meant to be a place where spiritual aspirants could gather to gain strength and to gain inspiration for on their journey. But unfortunately, that is no longer the case. And many people are having to fend for themselves now when it comes to those things, inspiration, growth, etc. Why has the church failed in this way? The reason is that the religion of man has been an outgrowth of Adamic consciousness. It's been a religion based on separation, in which we need to work our way toward God and earn favor with God because we start at a place of separation. It's also been based on the Adamic perspective of dualism, which means that good and evil are very much at work in our religions. They contrast one another very sharply, and they actually paint a picture of evil as being as strong as God, as powerful as God. That we actually believe that God is not sovereign over the universe, but that there is a power that is equal to God. And many of our religions, unfortunately, because of our Adamic consciousness, have gotten very bogged down with this idea of evil being needed to counteract evil in our midst. Our religions have been stuck in this mode of Adamic consciousness, and they have never taken the perspective of the evolution of consciousness as being any kind of a real factor in human life. The religions that we have formed have always taken the stance that this is how mankind is, And this is why we need religion. We need to express our Adamic consciousness through our spiritual inclination in these ways. As we come closer to the New Age, we come to see that the evolution of consciousness is the true spiritual path. What this means is that religion, it could only teach truth on the level of Adam, on the level of non-evolution. And that's why it's becoming outmoded, because the evolution of consciousness is happening. And that's what's ushering in the New Age. And the church has refused, or any institution, any religious institution that we know of, has refused to give expression to this high calling of human life, the evolution of consciousness that has the power to usher in the New Age. And so people are finding that they have to part ways with religion and go forward into the evolution of consciousness, into the Christ state of consciousness, which many people are in the process of doing right now, but without religion, because religion has made its position known. It has refused to adapt itself to the time that we are living in and to the incredible outworking of the evolution of consciousness. This is why religion is no longer meeting our deepest need.